Welcome back to the 2-Minute Warning. Today I'm taking a look at the New Orleans Pelicans and going over whether or not I think they should trade for Bradley Beal. But before we get on the topic, just a quick question for those viewing. Comment down below, do you think Zion Williamson will ever win an MVP in the NBA? Yes or no? Give me your opinion and I'll give my answer at the end. But getting straight into it, should the Pelicans pursue Bradley Beal? I 100% think so. There's already rumors coming out. Zion and his family aren't happy with New Orleans. So New Orleans, if they want to save their franchise, keep the next prodigy, keep the next best thing in Zion, they need to give him a reason to stay, and Bradley Beal could be it. I don't know what the Pelicans would be willing to give up. They have a plethora of picks after the Drew Holiday, after the Anthony Davis. They've made several pretty big trades. So they do have a lot of picks and draft capital to work with. I think one or two things could happen. They could seal the deal pretty quickly if they call the Wizards and offer Brandon Ingram, because that's still a pretty big name. And I don't know if another team's going to offer a big name. You know, if the Mavericks offer Kristaps Porzingis, I think Brandon Ingram's, it's really debatable then, but I do think Brandon Ingram and the extra picks that they could offer that the Mavs couldn't would definitely sweeten the deal. I don't think a Heat's going to come off of Bam Adebayo. I don't think a Celtics is going to come off of Jaylen Brown for Bradley Beal. I just think Brandon Ingram's the biggest name the Wizards are probably going to get in offers for Bradley Beal, so they could seal the deal quickly, but I do think the Pelicans, in hindsight, want to try and create a big three of Bradley Beal, Brandon Ingram, and Zion Williamson, and I can't blame them for that. Maybe they could offer something around Eric Bledsoe, Alexander Walker, and Najee Marshall. Are the Wizards, those three guys combined don't equal Bradley Beal by any means, but they could offer those three players, like I said, Bledsoe, Alexander Walker, and Marshall, in 4 first-round picks, just because the Pelicans have that. And all of a sudden, you have a pretty good starting five. If they could keep Lonzo Ball, I like him at point. Probably put Bradley Beal at shooting guard. Zion and Brandon Ingram, whoever you want, at which forward, small forward, power forward. And then at center, you got big man Steven Adams. I'm liking that starting five. My only concern is the ball. You know, I feel like a lot of these guys are ball dominant. We're really going to need Lonzo Ball to step up and be a playmaker, be a facilitator, be able to run this offense. Brandon Ingram and Zion Williamson need to figure out who's going to be the man. They're already struggling to do that. Then you got Bradley Beal in the mix. They're going to try and all start to be the number one guy and be the guy in the spotlight, and that could create issues. And they don't even have a head coach just yet, so I do think this could be a problem, but it would at least be a good problem to have because you have the star power, you have the roster, you just need to figure things out. Again, I don't know what you're going to have to offer 4 first-round picks, and all those 3 role players might sound like a lot because Bradley Beal's only got 1 year left on his contract, and the Wizards know that they're not going to make a finals run with him this year, and he could very well walk the very next season because he'll be a free agent. So they may just say, we're going to get what we can. We're not set on anything, and the Pelicans might get away with those 3 role players, and those 3 role players and 4 first-round picks might all of a sudden go down to 2 role players and 2 first-round picks. It might not be as expensive as we think just because Bradley Beal's probably going to tell the Wizards, look, I'm not going to get back here. You might as well ship me off somewhere, and you might as well get what you can because you're not getting any championship rings out of me. And again, I'm not saying a big 3 or a starting 5 of Lonzo Ball, Bradley Beal, Brandon Ingram, Zion Williamson, and Steven Adams is going to win the NBA Finals, especially with the Lakers probably going to make a move, Warriors going to make a move, Suns got a big 3 in the making, Ayton, Booker, Chris Paul, Clippers might rebound if Kawhi's healthy, Luka, and the Mavs might make a move. But I definitely think that's a playoff team. I would be very shocked if you add Bradley Beal and this team isn't a playoff team. The only reason it wouldn't be is A, because I don't know who they're going to hire as head coach. How's he going to run that offense? And B, like I said, the spotlight thing, them sharing the ball, both being ball dominant, I don't know how it's going to work out. I don't think it'll be as bad as a Westbrook-Harden thing where they both need the ball in their hands. They're both, I don't want to say greedy, but you guys know what I mean, where they both like to control the game. Like, they like to have the ball in their hands, and there's no problem with that because they're very good with it. But when you got 3 guys like that, it could run to a situation. And C, this team may lack a little bit of defense. You know, Zion's still, as good as he is, he's not the best defender. I do like Steven Adams, Bradley Beal, Zion Williamson. Those are pretty offensive-minded guys, and while they could get a bucket and they could score very, very efficiently, defense could be a problem with this team. But I would be very shocked if you somehow form this starting 5 or big 3, even if you don't get Lonzo Ball back, that they don't, at the bare minimum, make an 8th seed, especially next year if they're still playing games. I don't see how they don't make it in the playoffs. It's just too much star power, too much offense. But it is possible just due to the spotlight situation and not knowing who their head coach is. If they hire a guy that has as much NBA knowledge as I do, trust me, I can't coach an NBA team. Then they're going to run into a situation. But who knows? To me, they should 100% pursue it. They need to make Zion happy, because if they don't, he's going to walk. He will not sign the next big deal of his upcoming years with the New Orleans Pelicans. He's going to do a LeBron thing and go somewhere where he could compete, and I don't blame him. I wouldn't want to be in New Orleans, especially if they can't get me a guy or a team that I could compete with. Zion, I know it's still really young, but I do think this kid can win several rings. I know that's early to say, and he hasn't even made the playoffs, but I do think if he could find the right team, I'm not saying he's going to win 11 rings like Bill Russell or 6 like Jordan or 5 like LeBron, but I definitely see Zion Williamson winning 2 rings or somewhere around that range, plus or minus 1, within his entire career at some point in time. But Pelicans, it's up to you if you want that to be with your team or if you want Zion to do it somewhere else, because I do think it will eventually happen. Who knows? Hopefully Zion can keep weight. That will always be a problem. Him just staying healthy, I think he will be fine, but there's still speculation here. 100% though, they should pursue a big star. Even if it's not Bradley Beal, looking at Damian Lillard, I don't think that will happen. Looking at Kawhi Leonard, I don't think that will happen, but look into something. Maybe it's Reggie Jackson from the Clippers. Maybe it's making a trade for someone else. Maybe CJ McCollum. Maybe Jaylen Brown. I don't know what it is, but you need to figure something out to make this team happy and make this team competitive enough to at least get into the playoffs. And NBA fans, NBA front offices want to see Zion in the playoffs, see if he could go to that next level. But I want to hear from you guys. Do you agree or disagree with my take that the Pelicans should 100% pursue a Bradley Beal trade? Comment down below. And if we're referring back to the question today, do you think Zion will get an MVP at some point in his career? I want to hear from you. But for me, 100%. I don't think he's the next LeBron. Because I don't think there will ever be another LeBron. But I do think he could soon be the face of the league. There's other guys out there that are the face of the league. You got Giannis, you got Luka, you got maybe Jason Tatum. But still, I think Zion will be up there and one of the top guys of the league. And I do think in time, might take LeBron to retire. Might take an off year from Giannis or Jokic. But I do think eventually he will win an MVP. This guy's got 15 more years in his career if he can stay healthy. As always, and of course, thank you for watching, guys. I truly, truly appreciate it. 2-minute warning.